So I alluded just briefly just to, going to rehab, and when I checked myself in, it was, I I really struggled checking myself in and pursuing the music dream because I had.
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining me again. This is Mike. Um, so Shieldsy, if y'all remember, he requested that I react to a Cap Carter song before, and it was called "Guns." And this time he's wanting me to react to Cap Carter singing both, and it's a live version at Sugar Shack, and it says he says on his buy me a coffee note, it says, this is a little ditty, or so this little ditty is a short introduction of Cap and how this song came about. So I saw obviously I saw the introduction just like y'all did, and so this should be fairly interesting, and it looks like it's well videoed. Uh, Even the guy he's fixing to shake hands with says media crew. So, it's a professional production. So, yeah, I don't know what we're getting into, y'all. So strap on and don't get thrown off. Let's just get right into it. Here we go.
So I alluded just briefly just to, going to rehab, and when I checked myself in, it was, I I really struggled checking myself in and pursuing the music dream because I had contractual obligations to go to the studio, so I was sneaking out of rehab to to record songs, and I was still trying to make it work. I come from a very small family, and it was only really me and my dad growing up. My dad was in the U.S. Navy, and we just never saw eye to eye. And I think one of the most beautiful things, now that I look back on the journey, one of the most beautiful things to have come out of me getting professional help is I reached out to my dad, I swallowed my pride, and I was like, Dad, if you don't come around and help me, I don't think I'm going to make it. I don't actually think I'm going to make it out of rehab if you don't come around. So I had hated this man for the longest time because I always blamed him for shit. But during rehab, I felt like I got my dad back. I felt like for the first time in my life, I got my dad back, and my dad was never a fan of me pursuing music. He wanted me to be in the Air Force. So I remember the look of disappointment when I was like, no, I'm not going to be in the Air Force. I'm gonna be broken homeless trying to be a musician. But then, yeah, we patched up our relationship, and he's come to every show since in Australia. So I wrote this song shortly after the rehab program. I dedicate this one to my old man. This one's called Both. 10 years old on the driveway, screaming, mother, don't you leave. And why I gotta stay with daddy, wondering if you'll ever come to see me. So when I grew up angry. Gangs to girls to guns to thievery, to a mother who loved me from afar, to a father who never knew me. And it took me so long to understand that the world did not revolve around me, Dad. But if I knew it, I know what I know now. I go back to 10 years old and I hold your hand, Dad. I'd say we're gonna be okay. The storm will pass one day, and the years, they wouldn't have to separate us.
Wow, this is a pretty emotional, powerful song for this young man, and you know, just laying down with a woman or laying down with a man if you are a woman. Um, for a moment's pleasure, this could happen. You could have a child, and you have to be prepared to give up your life, and maybe your dreams of maybe what you wanted to be, and you have to now focus on the emotional well-being of this child that you made. You know, uh, man, I've said this before. I'm not a psychologist, but I've seen in my line of work in law enforcement, I've seen so many um, broken souls, that didn't have a parent, one or the other parent in their life, and mostly they didn't have a father in their life. And not to say that if they had had a father in life, they wouldn't eventually, gone down this path. But I think the chances would have been lower had they had a dual parent, even if it's a stepdad or a stepmother, that has assumed that role and that responsibility, and help these kids, and you can tell he's up. He's not a teenager anymore, but it bothered him so much and affected his life so much that he's writing this emotional song about it, and just hope it's not too late, mentally for this young man. Mm. Stay in their life if you can, even if you don't get along with the other part of this family. Don't penalize the child. Don't leave the mother and the child. You're not divorcing the child. You're divorcing the mother. And same thing goes with the mom. Don't leave your child's life because you didn't get along with the father. And then when y'all do get together, like dad with child, don't take that time to badmouth the mom. That's an issue that you have with mom. That should not be put on that child's shoulders. That's too much of a weight for a child to bear. So you just got to be a parent, man. Even if you're absent from the household, still be in their life. You can see what it does to these humans. You got to be a good human, guys. Let's get back to it.
Years they wouldn't have to separate us. As I recall, every Sunday morning, you used to drag me around to my piano lessons. None of musical bone in your body, but that's all we had left of mommy. So when I grew up angry. Gangster girls to guns to thievery. To a mother who loved me from afar, to a father who never knew me. And it took me so long to understand that the world did not revolve around me, Dad. But if I knew what I know now, I go back to 10 years old and I hold your hand, Dad. I'd say we're gonna be okay. The storm will pass one day, and the years they wouldn't have to separate us. Oh, 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 oh. Are you proud of the man that I've become? Everything that I am, everything I've done so I can one day be like you. Here's to the man who gave his life to raise his kids after his wife upped and left a lifetime full of sighs. I'm so sorry it took so long to realize that she left us both.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. You know, that is what I was saying. That she left the marriage, but why did she divorce her kid? You know, um, it's selfish. It's selfish if you're the woman. It's selfish if you're the man. It's your responsibility to give these children uh, a good raising so they can survive on their own, because eventually they are gonna be out on their own, and it's your responsibility uh, to ensure they have the tools to do that. You know, this uh, I just hate it. Let's get back to it.
Sugar shack, I played a show here, and I sold out a show at the shack. Da 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 da.
Yeah, I don't know what to say that I hadn't already said in the middle of this thing. So, thanks everybody for showing up here and spending time watching me react to Cap Carter on this one, singing Both. And it's if you want to look it up, it's live music. It's the Sugar Shack sessions, and again, the song was Both. For all you out there that you know were grew up in a single parent home, and you still survived and you still persevered and you became successful, my is off to you. You're a strong person, and we're glad you're on the earth. And to the ones that have still struggle with the emotion of being grown up in a single family home, we're also glad you're here on earth. So, all right, y'all, that's going to do it for me. Till I see you again, I'll catch you on down the road. So let's go to the outro, y'all.